All right, folks, welcome back to the next video in this series of modeling the Lego main character. We should finish the model in this video, and then in the future videos, we'll create the rig and get it all set up to animate. Um, but first, let's go ahead and if you have not already done so, do a File, Open Scene, look for your Lego Man 4 scene, then do File, Set Project. Look for your Lego Man folder, hit set, then go to your workspace, general, and then reset current workspace if it gives you the option. Oops. Should reset everything back. And now this video, we are going to try to create this arm for our character. We're going to use the side view the most for it, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so I'm going to go to quad view so that I can work in side view and front view. And to start, we're going to create the arm. So I'm going to go to up here at the top. Oh, make sure you're under modeling. Then poly modeling, choose the cylinder. And I'm going to pull that cylinder up and kind of line it up with the arm of the character on the side view. And we're going to scale it from the center to make it fit the front view, because the side view, because that's got the straighter up and down version for us to look at. So I'm just going to kind of move it around in there, get it from, for right now, we'll just get it for here, and then we'll work with it. And then I'm going to actually go to vertex mode by right clicking and holding. Whoops, that did it on the wrong one. Oh man. Let me grab it over here. I'm going to actually pull it this way so it's not stuck inside of the object when I'm trying to do that. Go to vertex mode, and I'm going to select these top vertices, and pull them down. All right. So then I'm going to go to the top up here, and I'm going to do a sphere. And I'm going to pull that sphere up. Whoop, went a little too far. But I'm going to move it into position above the cylinder. I'm going to go to scale it down because I want to get it almost to be kind of a perfect cap for my cylinder. Scale that down, get it to where it's the perfect size. And then once I like it, I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. Go to face mode. I'm going to select all these bottom faces. I'm going to hit delete. Still a little big, so I'm going to go back to object mode, grab my scale, scale it a little more. All right. Then I'm going to pull that up a little bit. Go to perspective view. Go to face mode on this one. I'm going to select all these triangles at the top. And you may have to go to your selection tool to get rid of that little gizmo that keeps blocking a lot of your view. I'm going to go around. Then I'm going to hit delete so that it's empty. Then go back to object mode. Go to my side view, pull my shoulder cap over, put it on top. Kind of pull it in place. Make sure I like its alignment. Then I'm going to shift select both of those objects and go to mesh, combine. Now it puts them together, but we have some work to do. So I'm going to go to perspective view, and I'm going to go to vertex mode. You'll see that there's two vertices in each of these spots. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drag a circle around or a square around them to select them. Go to mesh, oh sorry, not mesh, edit mesh, merge to center. And I'm going to do that all the way around so that I can combine those vertices. Now, the one thing you do have to watch out for is you don't want to accidentally drag too big of a box and wind up selecting something on the other side, and then it all of a sudden merges them together that way as well. But I'm going to work my way around. You'll notice my torso's in the way. What I can do with that is I can go to object mode and select it, press H on my keyboard, and that'll hide it. That'll allow me to go back into vertex mode over here and continue doing my merge to centers all the way around. Now there is other ways to do this, the merging, but this has always just been, especially when it's something this small, this has always been a quick way for me to merge them and know that I'm merging them in correctly to each other. And you just work your way around until you have merged all of those extra pieces. Oh, let me see. I think that may be the last. I'm going to click on this one and just try to pull. And that's the way I like to test it, is if it pulls both parts, then I know I've already merged that one. All right. So now I'm going to go select my uh, torso and groin and press H again to unhide them. Oh, why was that one hidden anyways? I think we're okay. What is this one selecting? Oh, it's selecting that little piece inside there. Oh, I forgot all about that. We had made a duplicate of our, that's what that one was. We had made a duplicate of this in our leg video so that we'd have the exact size that we needed. So if you have that one, cool. You just can middle mouse, click and hold the middle mouse button, drag it down into our groin group, and then we could actually delete groin one, and we still have it in place. So that's one. I didn't even remember that we had done that. So if you didn't see what I just did there, I'll do it one more time. So I've got this groin, which is the one that was an exact copy of this. So the size is perfect. Then we have this one that we had made earlier. If I delete that, I can then grab this one, hold down on my middle mouse wheel, and drag it down into the groin group, and it will drop it in that group. So that way we do have an exact perfect shape that matches our leg, but it'll still follow the groin. Okay, so now that I've gotten a little off topic, the next thing we're going to do is try to make this elbow. And to do that, I'm going to go into my perspective view. I'm going to go to face mode, and I'm going to select the bottom faces. So hold shift while you go around, and you'll notice I'm not moving the angle of the arm to match the front view yet. And that's because I want to do it all, model it all first, and then I'll just angle it at the last minute. And with those selected, I'm going to hit Control E, and I'm going to pull down. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my rotate tool, rotate it some, grab my move tool, and kind of move it down into place. Now it's going to need some work, but I'll just keep kind of rotating it till I get it in an angle that I like. Um, I'm also going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop, and I'm going to click right above where that point was and right below it. And then with this second one selected, I'm just going to kind of pull back here a little bit to start creating. And I may even rotate that one a little to try to ease that corner a little bit. Then, now that I've got that other one up there, I'm going to grab my selection tool, click on one of these lines for this one, hold shift and double click the next one. It'll select the whole thing. And I'll do rotate again, drag it down, and just kind of move it into place. And you could do as many as you need. Again, it's a little Lego character, so it doesn't need massive amounts. And then let's do select those. I think I'm going to rotate that a little more. We can always play with it if we need to, but just kind of get it the way you like. I may play with it some more moving forward. Whoops. I just noticed I didn't grab the middle piece there. So what I'm going to do instead is go to vertex mode, and I'm going to grab this one right here. It's the lasso tool, and I'm going to left mouse click and drag a circle around, and that'll select that middle point also for when I'm rotating that end. So, or moving the end. But I'll just play with it as we go. And so now we've got kind of this little arm here. All right, so next part, we need this little wrist, kind of like we did with the groin. We're just gonna put an extra shape there. Or you know what, we could actually make that one attach. Let's do that. So what I'll do is go to, or no, we don't want it to attach because in case you want his little hands to move, we want them to be separate. So we are going to make it a separate cylinder. So I'm going to go grab a cylinder, go to the front view, drag it up, or sorry, side view, drag it up. Then I'm going to start scaling it down, get it close to what that side view one looks like. Rotate it to kind of the angle that we want. Drag it over, try to get it into place. You'll have to use your front view and your side view, maybe even your perspective, because you may need to tweak it a little bit there. Just try to get it kind of centered in your character's little wrist area. And then we'll be ready to do the hand. Now the hand's going to be a little unique because it has this cut in it. And so what we're going to do to create that is I'm going to create another cylinder, and I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to rotate to try to get it at the angle of the side view. Try to scale it down as well. And then again, keep rotating until you get it to the size. And I'm going to scale it forward some. And then I'm going to bring it over to here. And then my front view shows it as a little bigger. I may scale it up some, but we'll see. Doesn't have to be in the perfect spot yet either, because right now we're just trying to get the shape made. All right. And that actually made it way too big on this side, so I'm going to scale that down. We can play with it more if we need to. My drawings are just, they seem really off. All right, so I've got that kind of there for now. Then I'm going to go ahead and Control D to duplicate it. And I'm going to scale that one down, the duplicate. Mainly to get it to the size of this one right here in the front view. So I'm going to scale it down, try to get it into the size, and then I'm going to scale it up so that I can see it sticking out, so that I can pull it forward, and I kind of want it to overlap the other one. So I want to be able to see it coming out the front side where the fingers would be, and then go in as deep as I want the little claw or the hand part to be. And so once I do that and get it to the size that I want, the shape that I want, and I always get these mixed up, so let me see which one order it goes in. Okay, cool. I did it right that time. So you'll select the one that's going to be the main piece, hold shift, select the other one that's going to be cut out of it. And up here in our poly modeling, there's this option that says difference A minus B. If I click it, it will cut that piece out. Now it leaves this little silhouette. That is because it's waiting for me to basically select this and hit this button here where I delete the history. Let's see, why is it? Did I grab the right one? There we go. Grab the right one and hit delete history, and it'll clear out all that extra history because it gets rid of the history that it took to make that shape. And so once you've done that, you can then move your little hand into place the way you want it. You may need to rotate it some to get it to look like it's facing the right way. Whatever you need to do, make sure to leave a little wrist there. But get the arm the way you like. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually select this and call it left hand. We'll select this, call it wrist. We'll select this, call it left arm. And then this one, we should be able to actually get rid of. Yeah, we're going to delete that. Oops. Do Control Z. We got to actually select this, do the same thing, clear the history. That'll get rid of that one for us. And we're actually going to go ahead and do that on all of these. Once you get them the way you like, just select each one, You could select them all if you want and just go up here and select this little clock here and go ahead and delete the history on each object. And what that also does is over here, like if I select the head in the attribute editor, it's got all these edits that we've done. The moment I hit delete history, try again. Yeah, it drops it down. Same thing over here. Hit delete history, it gets rid of all those. Now, obviously, you don't want to do that until you know for sure you're comfortable with your design. But once you are, you can delete those things and have all the info cleared. All right, so now I've got kind of his hand the way I want, but I want the wrist and the hand to be in a group. So I'm going to select both of those, hit Control G. I'm going to call it left hand group. And then I'm going to select the arm and the left hand group. And I'm going to hit Control G and call this left arm group for now. And that way, when I select this one, I should be able to rotate. Oops, you'll notice it puts that rotate down there. I'm going to hit this center pivot button, and that's going to change it up to there. So I can then put my arm in an angle that I like better. Kind of want to pull it away so it doesn't look like it cuts too much into his body. And you may have to go back and do that for a lot of these groups. Like you'll see the pivot points way down there. Just hit this button right here, center pivot, and it'll move it up on them. All right, so now we've got our little character ready to make the other side. So I'll just try to do it each one individually. And I'm going to go to, let's just see if it works better if I do it mirror and hit mirror. Then I'll grab this one, mesh, mirror, grab this one, mesh, mirror. At least it gave me them all separately, so we'll make do with that. So I'll rename this right arm, right wrist, right hand. Then I will take the wrist and the hand, do Control G to group them, call it right hand group. Then we'll select the arm. We'll call that right arm group. Then we will select the leg down here, the left leg, go to mesh mirror. We'll call that right leg. And so now we should have all of our character. Now these right here, what I'm going to wind up doing is selecting them, right click, assign existing material and call it Lambert 1, which even that looks odd. Why did my Lambert 1 change? I don't know why it's, which ones are these attached to? Let me see which ones these have. Open PBR shader. There we go. I'll just go select them again and do this open PBR shader. And that'll put them back to the regular. All right, so there were a few little hiccups in there, but I think we've got a Lego character ready to go. Got his arm. We've got wrists if we need them. Got the arms selected, got the groin, got the legs. So I think, and actually on this one, I'm going to go ahead and select left leg, hit clear history. I'm going to actually pull that out and get rid of this left leg group. And we'll just call it left leg. All right. So I'm going to do a file, save scene as, call this Lego Man 5, hit save. And now we have our Lego character that in the next video we will start to rig. All right, good luck.